Good morning, Tuesday. All right, let's see if Facebook wants to agree with us. It's a happy Tuesday. Got a little rain last night, or early this morning, I guess we could say. We did anyway. We had a little thunder and lightning action. It's pretty great. So. See, did it work? All right, today the messaging is working. All right, happy morning, happy Tuesday. Hopefully your guys' week is off to a good start. Yeah, we got a little bit of rain overnight, so, it's good for the grass. Good morning, Deborah. Today's gonna be a little bit about, so we've kind of hit on some of the nutrition stuff. We're gonna hit on ergogenic aids. Ooh. Fancy. Good morning, Matthew. It's a crack-a-lackin'. Must be you're on the road. Good morning, Mother. I don't get asked a ton about the supplement side of things as much as I did when I was at CrossFit. But every now and then people will ask. So I keep it pretty basic, pretty straightforward when it comes to any type of supplements because I don't really recommend them. Other than I'm going to just kind of shoot through this list, but for the most part, people get confused. I don't consider protein powder is technically a supplement, but it's not an ergogenic aid. It's a supplement like a multivitamin. If you're not getting enough protein in your diet, you supplement with protein. Vitamin B12 in your diet, you supplement with a vitamin. But these other ones, this side is I kind of put them in ergogenic aids, meaning that they will, they're going to give you some sort of benefit to performance. So we'll kind of start with, we'll just start with creatine. So creatine is the most researched ergogenic aid or pretty much supplement on the market. It is the only one, that and beta-alanine are the only ones that truly do show a performance benefit. Creatine is great for helping you recover between sets to be able to hold a little bit of water in the muscle, and by holding water in the muscle, you're able to get another rep, another 2 reps, or energy, endurance out, whatever. Typically, in the 90s, when creatine first really became sort of popular in the late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of people would, just by taking creatine, you'd get puffy and, you'd get soft looking when you were on it because you used to retain a lot of water. Now, with the advancements in the monohydrates and everything, how they've cleaned it up, you typically don't have a significant amount of weight gain when you take it. And again, it is highly researched. Between that and beta-alanine, those are going to be the 2 top researched supplements in the kind of this category, and they both do show favorable effects through training. Beta-alanine is a supplement that's going to kind of help act as a lactate buffer. So lactate is a side effect of muscle breakdown. We create an extra hydrogen ion, and lactate it's an OH, so it's got the OH negative, so it sucks up that other hydrogen ion and it's able to transport it out better. So you don't get the lactate feeling, is that burn that you get in your legs. So beta-alanine can help with that buffering. Therefore it can help prolong your endurance. Very similar sodium bicarbonate is, in that category as well. So coffee, to me, coffee is an ergogenic aid. Caffeine in general is an ergogenic aid. Obviously, you could just pop some caffeine, not strongly recommended. Not strongly recommended that you just pop some are they in your diet, Matthew? I don't recommend taking caffeine straight up. I know a guy that used to work out at Gold's Gym who supposedly was popping caffeine straight up. We always questioned whether or not that was what that was. But use coffee as a pre-workout, fabulous idea. It's a great idea. I often like it better than the actual pre-workouts because a lot of times pre-workouts that you'd buy from the store, such as C4 or something similar, are loaded with all kinds of other things. Tons of B vitamins, which is fine, but use out of niacin there. Niacin is a vasodilator. It's critical, but when you superload your niacin, then you all of a sudden run into, now you get this like flushing, and then if there is beta alanine, you get this tingling as well, which is a sign that the beta alanine is working. But that combined with the niacin and then the usually 200 milligrams or 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is 3 cups of coffee in 6 ounces of water, that can get you going. And some people don't like that uncomfortable feeling. So again, I steer you back towards coffee. It's pretty straightforward. So that knocks off 3 of them. So the creatine, alanine, and coffee, pre-workout as well. BCAAs, this is probably the one that most people talk about. So branched chain amino acids, critical building blocks of protein are our amino acids, right? That's what they are. They're amino groups, amine groups. So when we look at BCAAs, they really don't play a significant role as far as from a benefit for our general population. Our meat-eating population, definitely there's no benefit to taking branched chain amino acids. There is no negative side effect of taking branched chain amino acids. You will not build more muscle by taking branched chain amino acids if you eat a diet rich in protein and from animal sources, period. Branched chain amino acids get you to consume more water, therefore you get more nutrients into the cell, you're more hydrated, you get more flushing. So, if you are vegan, creatine and branched chain amino acids are a must because you're not getting enough through your diet, period. Another reason why being vegan is really not, from a long-term health perspective, the data is just not going to support it. The non-biased data, I should say. We can go to Game Changers and find, data to support it. Thermogenics. So this is the one that's probably most commonly used by the general population. So like fat burners, thousands of brands out there. So there's the good of fat burners is they can kind of help mobilize fatty acid stores so that you can break them down more readily, utilize it as an energy source. They typically contain caffeine. Sometimes they'll contain other things, maybe not caffeine per se, but they'll contain like yohimbe root and all these other variations of stimulants. So they'll typically do a proprietary blend of that. Not really going to recommend any because again, if you're taking a thermogenic, the problem with supplements is in the United States, it's a little bit different in Canada. The process in Canada, and I'll talk about F2C in a minute, but the process in the United States, it's the wild, wild west. No one really truly regulates what's in all of these. So who's to say that there isn't 500 milligrams of caffeine in these thermogenics that you get, Mao, whatever, and guar gum and everything else under the sun, and then you turn around and you're like, yeah, I'm having heart palpitations. I mean, back when I was in college, you could still get, what was it? Oh, it was basically, we used to call it was an ECA stack. So it was ephedra, caffeine, and aspirin, and you could get it. There was a, it wasn't hydroxycut. It was another one that we used to be able to get that you could. I mean, it was So basically, the aspirin would thin your blood. The caffeine obviously would stimulate you. So and the ephedra would stimulate you like beyond belief. And that's when people were just dropping dead of heart attacks in college campuses playing sports because there was no regulation on that. Zenadrin EFX, I think is what it was called. Yeah, it was an ungodly amount because it had the ephedra in it, and ephedra was, I mean, you'd be banging your head off a wall. You'd be so wired up. Yeah, we're going to talk about F2C. So there's a Canada company that I like, and they are, so thermogenics, I don't recommend them. That being said, there's a Canadian company called F2C, First to Cross, if anyone was wondering what F2C stands for. In other words, like first to cross the line, so first to finish the race. Pretty tricky. So in Canada, their supplement world works differently. I recommend anything that F2C offers because of the testing protocols that Canada does. Canada, if you want to release a supplement, it has to be tested by the government, and then it will be released. So you have a lot more truth in advertising when it comes to this has 20 grams of protein or this has 10 milligrams of caffeine. Down here, you don't get that. So F2C offers a whole line of products, creatines, proteins, all that stuff. And Matt commented that they use these jumpstart pills. And those are a very low dose. Those are a very mild stimulation. I believe the jumpstart pills use a little bit of caffeine. But again, like I wouldn't take them with coffee. It would be I would drink coffee before I'd take a pill to get my caffeine. That's just me. So I'm not gonna say like, yeah, go out and grab some F2C jumpstart pills, because I would just do it through coffee if you were gonna do it that way, and you're gonna get the same effect. Because caffeine is gonna be a stimulant. It's also gonna kind of like settle your stomach so that you're not as hungry. It's gonna help you, it's gonna kind of downregulate those hunger signals a little bit. Also, a big key to all of this is make sure that you're drinking a lot of water. So water, theoretically, could be an ergogenic aid, because if you're very well hydrated, then your performance can increase, because if you're very well dehydrated, your performance will decrease. So theoretically, water could be an ergogenic aid. And then lastly, just the use. A lot of endurance athletes use, again, there's all kinds of different ones out there, whether you're using basalts or Noon or Scratch Labs, finding something that has a good balance of electrolytes. I really like the Noon tabs because they're just quick and easy. I usually will do 2 Noon tabs a day on really hot days where I know I'm going to be sweating, because again, like if I'm drinking a 1.5 gallons of water a day or a little bit more, and then I'm not replacing those electrolytes, I'm sweating some of them out, I've got to bring some more in. And you see that when you get done with a long workout and you've got like a sweat stain on your shirt or on your hat. Well, guess what? You sweat out some salt. So, you've got to replace that. So that's where electrolytes can be very beneficial. Again, there's not going to be any negative side effects. You're going to get potassium, some level of magnesium, chloride, stuff like that. So the only ones that I'm going to really recommend, if you're vegan, creatine and BCAAs are a must. If you're not vegan and you're looking to build some strength, creatine, coffee, and then electrolytes. So hopefully that made some sense for you guys. If not, shoot me a message, let me know. It is Tuesday, so I will see you cool cats tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. Continue to do your social distancing thing. Hope everybody's first day back at the gym in New York was good. Hope the gyms were clean and up to your liking. And I guarantee they are cleaner than when you left them in March. So enjoy the cleanliness while it lasts, because God only knows how long that will be. But enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a great day. It looks like it's gonna this afternoon. So get outside, get some movement, and do some stuff. See you kids tomorrow.